The Arizona Cardinals are seemingly having what seemed to be a new revolution. It is seeming to be a new Kyler Murray, a new front office, a new everything in the fold that is the brand spanking new Arizona Cardinals. And it's a good thing as a Cardinal fan. It's a good thing to feel like you have real functionality to your team. It's something that we didn't think we had for a really long time in this organization. It was Michael Bidwell running his mouth about nonsense, getting in trouble for things, tampering. Steve Keim getting in trouble, getting behind the wheel and thinking it's a good idea to drive. Cliff Kingsbury being a beta, being a subpar head coach, and continuously to fail in everything that is coaching. Side note, the Washington Commanders are going to be awful this year because everything Cliff Kingsbury touches turns to crap. And every Cardinal fan that's still listening at this point knows that. Every single one of them know exactly what Cliff Kingsbury is. He's a bad head coach who continues to fail upwards. He failed at Texas Tech. He failed with the Cardinals. He failed at USC. And now he'll fail with the Washington Commanders. But with all that being said, there's a new rejuvenation to this Arizona Cardinals team. And his name is Kyler Murray. And the responsibility for that has largely rested on how great Jonathan Gannon is. How great Monty Austinfort is. It took a year, right? It took a year for them to take out the garbage, get rid of old Steve Keim draft picks, bring in smart veteran free agents who can teach the young guys how to be a pro, get rid of the guys who are constantly injured, get rid of the 5'5" wide receivers outside of Greg Dortch, who's 5'8", and bring in some tall physicality to this Arizona Cardinals team. And I got all that, and I supported all that. And then this summer, you see with Kyler Murray, who's been a completely different person. He just has been. And I get it. For anyone out there, such as friends, family friends, my wife, for goodness sakes, who talks about it all the time. She doesn't like Kyler Murray because of the way he acts on the field. I get it. He turns people off. That's what Kyler has done for some of his career. He's a new person now. They're getting together at UCLA. They're going out to Texas. They're watching Dallas Mavericks games. They're showing up at Suns games. It might seem like nothing to you. As the casual consumer, the casual fan, you could just say, it's just a guy who likes to go to games. I get that. It's just different if you've been paying attention to this team. And it's why the Arizona Cardinals are going to be better than you think, not worse. It's why when Kyler Murray says bet the over, you listen to him. He's bought in. And when the quarterback is bought in, everyone else follows suit with him. And Michael Wilson has done that, and Marvin Harrison Jr., who has been a seamless addition to this team, been no distraction, although the still trying to get his jersey thing has been irritating at times to the fan base, but largely James Conner, an adult who has largely welcomed guys like Trey Benson into the fold. It has been amazing to see for the Arizona Cardinals who continue to do things right. And it's why I've been so bullish. It's why I believe they're going to be a playoff team. It's why I wouldn't be shocked if they contended for the NFC West. The 49ers are still very, very good. The defense over there is still very, very good. We'll see how it hurts with Dre Greenlaw coming back, or maybe not so much off the Achilles tear. We'll see how it goes there for their defense. But this Cardinals team is setting up for a really, really fun season. You know, I talked about this on the show that I'm on with Jody Ayler on The Drive, Fox Sports 9, 10 a.m., 6 to 10 a.m., Monday through Friday. And he had basically mentioned Super Bowl or bust is the worst, championship or bust is the worst, because you're just waiting for the playoffs, and it better all build up, because if it doesn't, it's going to cause you much more harm than good. And that's what the Phoenix Suns just down the road did. It was championship or bust, and it was so far bust, you can't even imagine how bad it was. And it was that bad. That's what the Phoenix Suns season was like. The Arizona Cardinals are what I called it, the best season. The playoffs are bust season. Playoffs or bust is not that crazy of a goal. It's not that crazy of a scenario for a team like the Arizona Cardinals. Doesn't mean they can't do it. It doesn't mean they will do it. But it is indeed giving them a chance to be relevant like the Arizona Cardinals are doing this summer. And it's impressive. It's fun to watch. But it has to play out on the field. It has at some point come full circle. I can sing all the praises of Kyler Murray, and I can tell everyone how wrong they are about Kyler Murray, and I can explain to everyone why Kyler Murray could be a potential MVP candidate this year. That's how much I believe in Drew Petzing's offense. But at the end of the day, what truly matters is gameplay on the field, is what can the Arizona Cardinals produce on the field to make us all believe that this summer was not a waste, that the year of maturity was not a waste, that the year of working together and buying in and doing the extra work and doing the extra workouts were all for something. That's what the Arizona Cardinals are fighting this year. And it doesn't mean they have to win a playoff game. It doesn't even mean they have to get to the playoffs. Because I totally see a scenario. I'm not insane. I'm not crazy. I watch the games. I'm a fan just like you. But first, I'm a sports talk media guy with clear vision, and it's easy for me to take off the fanboy glasses. I understand it's not for everyone. I totally can envision a season where Kyler Murray looks awesome, the offense is great, very similar to those Drew Brees offenses where Sean Payton and Drew Brees were awesome and the defense was terrible and they couldn't make it into the playoffs. That is not insane to me. What is important is that they look competent. What is important that we put the Shedeur Sanders or whatever quarterback is coming out next year or Kyler Murray debates to bed. If Kyler Murray is awesome and it's just the pass rush is really bad and they need another year to build this defense, or someone huge gets injured outside of Kyler Murray, the Cardinals can still have a successful season without making the playoffs. They could go 9-8, miss the playoffs. It happens. They could go 8-9. It just matters how it looks on the field. But it's appropriate to get excited as a Cardinals fan. It's appropriate to get excited as a Cardinal consumer that the Cardinals are very close to rising on the horizon of being one of the better teams in the NFL. Going from not just being a potential playoff team or bust, but being a functional organization or bust. Imagine being the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New England Patriots for 20 years. Sustainable, functional organization matters more than just what do they do this year. And if the Cardinals continue to put their best foot forward, with Jonathan Gannon leading the helm, with Kyler Murray buying in, with Monty Ossenfort constructing this roster in a way that makes them even more dangerous, adding a two-headed beast in Trey Benson and James Conner, adding a curveball to that fastball, adding a Marvin Harrison Jr., the cherry on top to a wide receiver core that was just missing their A-plus guy. All of that doesn't matter if it doesn't play out on the field. All of that doesn't matter if the Arizona Cardinals don't come ready this next season to be able to try to get a playoff spot. And it's why I talk about this stuff on the show, because I'm a fan. I'm just like you. But I have to be honest with myself. I can sing the praises. I could talk about all the offseason workouts. I could talk about a changed Kyler Murray. I could talk about a mature Kyler Murray. I could talk about how potentially the ACL tear might have been the best thing for Kyler because it was able to maybe see straighter, clear eyes. I am normal. I am human. I can be broken. Now, I'd never would want Kyler to get hurt, but sometimes, in the darkest of times, you can see the light. And maybe this was an eye-opening experience for Kyler Murray. And maybe that's what really played this role. And it's good for Kyler. He is, or I guess I should say, an ACL tear is good for Kyler. That's obviously terrible for Kyler's physical health. And God forbid he ever does anything like that again. But Kyler's growth and maturity from tearing the ACL to now, the maturity, the growth, the understanding that I'm human and I can be broken and I have to do things differently, and getting a smart, capable head coach in Jonathan Gannon to help mentor him and Monty Ossenfort construct a roster around him, it's fantastic. It's great. And the Cardinals are coming up on a playoff or bust season where It can still be great if they don't make the playoffs, depending how it's done. But a playoffs or bust season is one of the funnest seasons in the NFL. Is one of the funnest seasons of sports. It's not like the NBA, where you're just waiting for the playoffs to happen. You're just waiting to see if your team has what it takes. But the Cardinals, if they want to put every doubt to bed, have to be what I believe they can be. A reliable, fringe playoff team. And take that momentum from this year, from either just missing the playoffs or being in the playoffs, into next year and beyond. To not just being an organization that is good and that is capable, but a functional organization that operates like the Baltimore Ravens do, like the San Francisco 49ers do, like the New England Patriots have for 20 years, like the Pittsburgh Steelers have forever. Michael Bidwell learns his way. Monty Ossenfort learns his way. Jonathan Gannon learns his way. And Kyler Murray leads this offense into not just doing all the prep and not just doing all the homework and not just doing all the workouts, but that shows when the test is finally taken. And that shows on the football field in the regular season. And I believe it's going to happen. And I believe this team is going to be a playoff team. Because culture matters, and the way you prep matters, and your quarterback matters. And right now in the offseason, it's check, check, check. Now the final box is functional organization. And the only way we're going to see that is if the Cardinals take it from social media, the practice field, from meetings to the games, and turn that into W's.